Jiffy DOS and the Epix Fastload cartridge. Are they worth it in 2020? I've seen a lot of posts here and there about how somebody got the Epix Fastload cartridge, were unhappy with it, and then upgraded to Jiffy DOS. Or lots of posts about how Jiffy DOS is the must-have accessory. And I thought I'd compare them. Lord Crass, on Lemon64's forums, has done the hard slog of testing every fast loader they were able to get their hands on, and made a table. There is a very lengthy forum discussion covering the details, the who, the what, the where, the when, etc. I've linked it in the what's-me-call-it down below. The Epix Fastload cart is down there. Jiffy DOS is in the middle, as fast as the 128's burst mode. Two competitors I would like to bring attention to are the Final Cartridge 3, which is one speed tick above Jiffy DOS, and the Action Replay cart, which is basically as fast as you can get with stock disc formats and no custom hardware. Again, this is excellent work by Lord Crass and a real hard slog. If you start at the Epix Fastload, which is about 6.2 times faster than stock, and move up to the Jiffy DOS, which is equal 16th fastest at about 10.3 times faster, you'll notice a solid improvement. However, you could move up to the equal 15th fastest at about 12.4 times and get a decent bump again. At the time of filming, an FC3 Plus card versus a 1541 plus C64 ROM set is cheaper. Then, if you are not using an SD2IEC device, going to the AR cart will get you about 20.7 times stock loading. Although physical clones are very pricey, there are a lot of them lying around in original hardware. If you have an EasyFlash 3 cart, you can install an AR ROM into it and get an AR for free, just as you can install a Jiffy kernel and avoid the extra costs and modifications of installing the kernel. You could also add an Epix Fastload cart if you wanted to. There is a custom CPLD firmware for the EasyFlash 3 that swaps out AR support and adds Final Cart 3 support if you wanted or needed it. The 1541U series supports the AR cart, FC3 cart, and kernel replacement. And as of firmware 2.0, it also adds support for the Epix Fastload. Why? I don't know. I guess enough people wanted it. The Turbo Chameleon supports all forms. However, it is worth noting that it comes with the improved Retro Replay version rather than the Action Replay. Retro Replay is an enhanced and continued version of the Action Replay. For physical, as I mentioned earlier, there are currently no AR clones on the market, but FC3 exists in the FC3 Plus form. Jiffy DOS can still be bought, and Epix Fastload cartridges come in both original and cute little reloaded cartridges that have a cute little reset button added. Feature comparisons. They all have the all-important load on a function key. Well, Epix does it on Commodore Plus Run Stop for disk loading, which I think is good enough to count as equal. Load from a directory listing so you don't have to clear the rest of the line is a great quality of life feature, supported by all four. Directly listing without trashing the current basic program, the 128 Experience, is also supported by all four. All four feature a DOS wedge and a disk-to-disk file copier in some capacity, usually in a menu item somewhere. However, unlike the other three, Jiffy DOS doesn't have a whole disk copy as far as I could see. You just tell it to copy all files, which is not exactly the same thing. Tape support. Epix Fastload gives you the stock experience. GiffyDOS has no tape support at all. You need to disable and revert to a stock kernel to use a tape. FC and AR give standard and turbo tape features. GEOS? None of them will accelerate GEOS in any way. Or anything else that uses a custom fast loader for that matter. I've had people rebut me in comments that GiffyDOS will still improve loading where fast loader carts will get sidestepped. This is not true. It will get sidestepped just the same. Well, there is one edge case that GiffyDOS does support, but I would be surprised if anybody experiences it. All speed up loading a PRG file. Only GiffyDOS speeds up saving PRG files, loading and saving sequential files, and relative files. If you're playing games, this won't help you in basically any way. Most games that save do custom things anyway, as keeping the kernel routines around is a pain. So, my conclusions. The Epix fast load just has no purpose in this world anymore. To be fair, it didn't really have a purpose beyond 88. If you have an SD2IC, then the FC3 or 3 Plus in either cart form or custom EF3 firmware is best speed for best price. If you only have an SD2IC in one machine, then just getting a C64 Jiffy ROM is cheaper than an FC3 cart or EF3 cart. If you have real hardware, or something that emulates real hardware, such as the Pi 1541, the 1541U series, the Ultimate 64, or Turbo Chameleon, then AR Cart has best speed and features, and its emulation is supported by all but the Pi 1541. But if you have a 1541U or TC, then PRG inject and done. If you are doing productivity work and not using a top tier package such as GEOS, the Paperclip series, the Print Shop, Let's Make Signs and Banners, etc., where the sequential file loading and saving speeds will greatly help as well as PRG saving. Also, if you are doing on-machine programming such as Turbo Macro Pro or just Turbo Assembler that can assemble from files, it will greatly accelerate and help. Or you make heavy use of the 1-to-8 drive such as the 1571 or 1581, which the cart-based loaders don't accelerate as fast as they could or at all, respectively. For example, the 1571 GiffyDOS will boost it to about 15.5 times the speed of stock versus the 1541's 10.3 times stock, giving you above FC3 speeds but below AR speeds. Or, if you just need to put something else in the expansion port that can't be combined with a cart on a port expander, then the extra expensive GiffyDOS could be worth it.